All right, so let's go to the next one. We're going to, is FoodPhone. Chris from FoodPhone.
Hi, my name's Chris Mutti. I'm the inventor and CEO of FoodPhone. FoodPhone allows you to snap one image of your meal and instantly receive a scientific analysis of the food on your plate. 10 years ago, digital recognition technology was starting to take form. Today, we all may use facial recognition or iris recognition right on our smartphones. I knew then and have proven since that there's a much bigger opportunity. I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about food recognition. Back in 2009, I started playing around in my lab with emerging recognition technology, including multispectral imaging, artificial intelligence. Now these are standard in all consumer electronics, including your smartphone. And together with my proprietary IP my team has developed, we can use our phones to determine precisely what's on your plate, including the calories, portion size, fats, and other nutritional values. With multiple patents received, hundreds of thousands of foods classified and entered into my database on my recent Boston University project, and multiple iterations of the prototype done, we're ready to commercialize this incredible technology we call FoodPhone. People need and want to know accurate food information without typing or guesstimating on their smartphone. Today's primitive apps exist that allow you to monitor your grocery list, your home delivery, and diet and fitness. Each one of these enormous markets that you see up here represent hundreds of millions of customers. Customers that use their smartphones today in this space on a daily basis. There are also the tens of millions of people who will absolutely need to have accurate and scientific food information. They are the tens of millions of diabetics, people with food allergies, people who have issues with medicine identification, food safety, and food fraud. Today, nothing is available except the primitive apps and primitive devices that are out there. This is where FoodPhone can fill this enormous market with no FDA required. Potential distribution partners include Joslin Diabetes, Healthymation, and Abbott, who's the leader in the CGM and tubeless insulin pump categories. Also, there's many acquirers that are potentially out there, such as Amazon Fresh, Under Armour, and Lose It. Let me explain to you how it works. What FoodPhone does, it emulates exactly as a human does to recognize food. First, what we do is take an RGB image of the food to see its color. Certainly a piece of steak is a different color than a piece of beef, than a piece of chicken. Next, we take a picture of the shape outline of the food with our 3D camera. This measures the texture and the shape outline. Certainly a piece of fish is a different shape than a piece of prime rib with a bone in it. Next, we take the 3D camera and we capture the exact volume of the food so that we can give you the portion size of what's on that plate. From there, we take the most important image from our near-infrared sensor and our near-infrared camera, and we measure the chemical composition of the meal so that we give you the macronutrients, including the fats, carbohydrates, protein, and the water content of the food. We then take all that raw data, send it up to the cloud, and process it through my proprietary and patented augmented reality and artificial intelligence machine learning software that we've developed. Instantly, you'll receive on your phone is a nutritional fact label. My team of experts I've assembled to see this to market are second to none in their respective categories: spectroscopy, 3D imaging, and fractal imaging. You can see my business model is four folds of revenue stream. First is device sales, technology license sales, B2B data sales of the food and marketing information, and subscription fees. You can see all this rolls up into hundreds of millions of potential revenue. This technology can help tens of millions of diabetics that are out there, including people such as my brother Gary, who's a type 1 diabetic, and constantly has fights with measuring his exact carbohydrates, which in turn, the inaccuracies of measuring the carbohydrates oftentimes sends him back into the hospital. So I hope I can get your support to bring this to the tens of millions of diabetics who need the help.
All right, judges, you have the floor.
I'll go ahead and start. Obviously, a lot of applications. Can you talk a little bit about where your first market is and how you're going to get traction there?
Our beachhead market, is the 30 million type 1 diabetics, and we plan to have distribution partners such as Joslin Diabetes, Abbott, and some of the people that own the diabetes market right now.
Can you talk about the pricing associated with that?
Yeah, the price of the case that we're targeting right now is $159, and what that is that the diabetic will call us up or order online a case to fit his particular phone. And in that case, it'll have our multispectral cameras, our near-infrared sensor. They'll simply receive the case, snap it on their phone, and download our proprietary IP from the cloud, and instantly they have a smartphone, a food phone that can give them the scientific analysis of the meal, and more particularly, the exact carbohydrates that are in that meal.
No, hang on. You guys got anything or no?
No, go ahead, keep going.
You're not?
I got something, but I'll do
I
it.
can do something. Go ahead. You want to do it?
Yeah, I wanted to, you went by your discussion of your team very quickly, and what I caught was a lot of MIT, a lot of advanced degree type scientists. Do you have any industry, let's say industry experts or industry participants in the markets in which you want to engage on your board or on your advisory team?
Yeah, certainly. This is actually a small portion of I call this my IP and revenue team, but I have marketing experts and experts that work for Joslin Diabetes, that work for Abbott, and that work for people that are in the, in that sector right now.
I can see now, because you went by it very quickly, so I can read who these people are. But, okay, and so there's no FDA approval on this product.
No.
I'm going to switch gears on you. So how is it that you're validating this product with your would-be customers?
With
How are you validating the product that let's say I get a plate of food and I've got all kinds of sugar in it. How do you know? You said it can track carbohydrates, but how is it that you're validating your product with these organizations, the industry partners?
Yeah,
that you're part of?
well, we measure food that's presented to us in the lab, and it has to match all of the USDA food database values that are in that.
So is there a specific validation process? Is there some documentation that you have to
Yeah,
present?
certainly. We have a lot of data and a lot of
Not
documentation.
FDA required.
Nope.
You go
I
you
heard
go
you
next.
talking. Go.
All right. So you've been at this for a while. I mean, we met, as you mentioned, a few years
Clark
ago.
University, 2016.
Everybody has better memory than I do where I see people. I don't know why that is. So what, how do you see it for the next 6 months, 9 months? I mean, how much revenue do you think you can get at? I mean, at this point, you got the patents in place. You should be rolling along, outselling now. Where do you see the next 6 months, 9 months in terms of sales? Do you have something in the pipeline?
First of all, we have to secure some funding. I've basically what I've done is de-risked the investment in this project by obtaining the patents, developing the augmented reality, developing the AI, developing all the IP, putting the teams together, and now what we have to do is finish the design of the actual product itself. So with funding, that'll take about 12 months, and at the end of that 12 months, we already have customers that are ready to order cases at 50,000 cases per, at a time. But it's going to take over 12 months first to develop it, and then our first initial foray into the market.
I see our time is up.
Yep.
All right, one closing question then is, there's a lot of customer segments that this product can work for.
No question.
What is the one that you are laser beam focused on, whose hair is on fire, they want it desperately right now?
The 30 million type 1 diabetics, especially the ones that are in that emerging market that's projected to be $6 billion in the next 5 years, that are all using Abbott's technology with their CGMs and their tubeless insulin pumps. They need this product tomorrow. Thank you, Chris. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris.